I said you better watch what you're doing, 'cause I ain't gonna stop when I'm moving. I'm headed to the top, I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top, I'ma prove it. And I could go all night, I'm sick of being nothing. All right, I'm gonna be something. I'll fight with every breath, trust me. I'ma be the one at the top, you can't touch me. I bleed with every word coming. I would rather die than be someone who's nothing. I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless. I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness. I'm the type of dude who could really make changes, 'cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious. I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless. I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless. I'm the type of dude that they say is fucking heinous, 'cause I'm the type of dude that you know is fucking dangerous.
You are absolutely right. The way he went about it was absolutely wrong. Like, so,
And
like I
that's
said,
the
I'm not.
extent of my Jewish hatred that actually goes. Other than the fact that why are y'all popping out of the sewers in New York City?
Annunciation Catholic Church. You couldn't call it pronounced Catholic Church?
Yeah, pronounce the cat.
Hey, you all right, bro?
Yeah, I'm just freezing.
July.
I've been running this shit out of the AC.
How low do you have it?
36.
36 degrees? You've been running your AC at 36 degrees?
Yeah.
Why? Hey, what's going on? Why is our electricity bill $24,000 this month?
I've been running this shit out of the AC.
How low do you have it?
36.
36 degrees? You've been running our AC at 36 degrees?
Yeah.
Why?
As a mayor of France, she
There
said...
is no mayor of France. Do you mean the mayor of Paris? France is not a city, it's a country.
I said what I said.
What did the mayor say?
She said us Americans are responsible for it being so hot in France because we keep running our ACs.
What? That's ridiculous.
I know, but she's saying that if we use too much electricity, we'd be killing French people.
I'll plug in the second fridge. I'll run the washer and dryer.
Do you have a load of dirty clothes?
It doesn't matter!
I mean, if me running my AC does do that, maybe a high electric bill is worth it, right? I don't understand how that would be a thing, though. I don't get it. It's never gonna be a thing when you're just kind of off in the head, of course. How does another country running AC mean they're killing you? It's dumb as shit. But yeah, that actually fucking happened. What up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Sorry we are a little bit late here. Again, this started up everything. Everything froze up, couldn't play anything, couldn't refresh, couldn't do any damn thing yet the fuck again. I don't know what it is with OBS. I'm having problems with it, and this is supposed to be the most stable build they have. Anyway. It's just gonna be one of them days for me. We all know that Lindsey Graham has passed away here. Yeah. This is actually coming as a surprise. We talked about this on the Slick Flex with Davey yesterday. You know, there are some conspiracy theories that pretty much popped up immediately. Some of them I could see. Some of them are incredibly retarded, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I think this is natural causes. The dude's 71 years old, hardening of the arteries, it could happen. But then again, there are some things that we know of that could be easily accessible to people. And there are some substances that are hard to find unless you know what you're going, or unless you know what you're looking for within an autopsy. That would cause the same thing. So it's kind of hard to rule out everything right now, you know, but I'm not going to go over Mitch McConnell dying again, or not Mitch McConnell, but Lindsey Graham dying again. We all know the story. He was out in Ukraine and came back to the United States, and after a few hours of making a few phone calls to people, he died. Had a aortic dissection, which is basically hardened arteries around the aorta. The inner lining just split and it just kind of ripped open. Pretty much, yeah. But all right, let's go with the most obvious one. Okay, Lindsey Graham has always been a war hawk. He's always been hard on Iran. He's literally stood, I'm not going to say literally, like metaphorically stood in speeches and had a hard on while he was talking about bombing Iran, things like that. We'll get to that one. But Russia is the most next likely target. Would they? I mean, I think Putin would be... He would be that big of a dick, but I don't think he's too much of a prideful man to use poison as a way to get to somebody. It's not that's a woman's weapon anyway, for the most part. Women and assassins, of course, but I don't think Putin would just be like, yeah, we got to poison him. We got to get him out of here. Then there is the theory that he actually did die over in Ukraine, and everything was just fabricated up until the point he came back to the United States. Come on. No. let's not try that shit. You know, that makes no fucking sense either. I'm not going to even try that bullshit, but okay. Can we stop that? Let's skip it. Russia is the next likely target. And it does kind of make sense for the most part of what people are saying with this, but let's just explore this theory real quick, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. Israeli podcasters are continuing to blame, this comes from Shadow of Ezra, are continuing to blame Russia for assassinating Lindsey Graham with an undetectable poison, which they say Russian intelligence is known for using. They say Lindsey Graham's bill to sanction countries by... It's going to be hard for me to read today, ain't it? They say Lindsey Graham's bill to sanction countries buying Russian oil would have crippled the Russian economy. Lindsey Graham had also publicly called for the assassination of Vladimir Putin. That there was no official evidence that poisoning or foul play caused his death.
Russia. The timeline here is almost impossible to ignore. On July 10th, Lindsey Graham was standing in Kiev, Ukraine on his 10th wartime visit. He toured a Ukrainian drone production facility. He met with Zelenskyy. And then he stood in front of the cameras and made a declaration that would, probably have sent shockwaves through the Kremlin. He announced that a bipartisan group of senators had reached an agreement with the White House to pass the Sanctioning Russia Act, a bill with 85 co-sponsors designed to impose devastating economic penalties on countries buying Russian oil and funding Putin's war machine. He said, let those supporting Russia know it's going to be a price to be paid. He flew home, then the next evening, he was in cardiac arrest. Now, here's what you need to know about Russia and cardiac arrest. Russian intelligence has a long, well-documented record using undetectable poisons to eliminate enemies of the state. Alexander Litvinenko, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right, was poisoned with polonium in London. Alexei Navalny, poisoned with a nerve agent derived from dart frog toxin, confirmed by the UK and European allies just months ago. Sergei Skripal, poisoned with Novichok on British soil. The Soviet KGB literally invented a poison gun that induced cardiac arrest and left no trace.
Yes. The United States invented the heart attack gun. We put poison in the tips of, well, that was the actual British that would put poison in the tips of umbrellas. I mean, everybody's done things like this throughout history. What the fuck are you talking about? Just because something exists doesn't mean they used it.
So cardiac arrest tells us how one's life ended, right? But it doesn't always tell us why the heart stopped beating. Okay, and Graham had also publicly called for someone inside Russia to assassinate Vladimir Putin. He called Putin a thug and a bully. He was the driving force behind legislation that could have crippled Russia's entire war economy, okay? So did Russia decide that Lindsey Graham was too dangerous to leave alive? Did they find a way to reach him either in Ukraine or after he returned? The FBI is checking that, I'm sure.
So I'm just gonna be honest with you, Israel. You need to leave the fuck up out of this one right now. I mean, nobody likes you guys. Seriously, nobody likes you guys. And for you to sit here and just be like, oh, it was Russia because they have the ability. We know about this thing that they've done because they have this thing that they used back in the day. So that's what happened. Seriously? That's like saying since we invented the heart attack gun, every single motherfucker that has a heart attack is because we assassinated him. That's the most retarded fucking claim. I'm sorry. We know they have poisoned him before, so it's obvious that Russia poisoned him and they used, what was this little fucking thing? Where was it, you boy? Show it again. This right here.
With Novichok on British soil, the Soviet KGB literally invented a poison gun.
So the Soviet KGB, they invented a poison gun to poison people from afar. And every other fucking nation has done the same. I don't, but just because this exists proves Russia did it.
That induced cardiac arrest and left no trace.
Just stay the fuck out of this, Israel. Stay the fuck out of this one. All right? You go down there and play with your little sand figures. Okay. I said figures. You go down there and play with them. All right? Look, there's one major reason I'm going to say this ain't on Russia. But let's continue. Did Russia, this comes from Russia News. Did Russia just eliminate warmonger Lindsey Graham in Kyiv? The United States senator who famously calling killing Russians the best investment we ever made has died at 70 following a sudden illness right after his trip to Ukraine. The 48-hour death timeline is too wild to ignore. 1. Graham meets with Zelenskyy and tours his hidden drone manufacturing facility in Kyiv. 2. Hours later, the Russian MOD launches a devastating missile attack, completely obliterating that exact factory. 3. Simultaneously, Russian precision missiles leveled high-profile hotel in Kyiv, packed with top NATO commanders where Graham was reportedly staying. 4. Graham instantly dies suddenly right after returning home. He wanted to bring hellish sanctions to Russia, but it looks like he went straight to hell instead. Did a Russian strike catch him in the drone factory on a NATO hotel, or did something in Washington send him, or did someone in Washington send him there knowing the missiles were coming? Well, it is true that they did strike. Do you know the bullshit you would have to pull And do you understand you would have to get his body, bring him back home, and in 48 hours, less than 48 hours, pronounce him dead, and put on the showmanship of carrying his body out of his house and everything like that? Do you think our government's that damn fast, that damn capable? Nah. There's no fucking way. In 48 hours, you expect me to believe that they flew his ass back home, staged the fucking death, and made everybody just sit here and say, yeah, I got a call from him. I was just talking to him a couple of hours before his death. Like, you hear that every time somebody dies of a heart attack or in a aortic dissection. Every time, it's always, I just talked to him a few hours ago. His left shoulder tells the tale. I mean, the dude did have high blood pressure. You could tell he was almost looking beet red and sometimes, and that wasn't because of anger, you know. Dude probably didn't take care of himself. Honestly, he's a single man, no kids. He's got nothing else to live for. Everything's going to his sister. His sister is even taking his position. Like, what did he have other than sitting up there and just bombing Iran? Bomb Iran. I mean, the fact that he didn't have as much money as he should have, that kind of makes me wonder about him, you know. Not gonna lie. I mean, the dude's been in there forever, and apparently he has just as much money as he should have. Maybe a little more. And it all makes sense, apparently, as to his assets and everything that he has while he's been in office. As much as we hated the damn asshole, apparently he was doing everything correctly. But, let's see, if finding an aortic dissection is correct, it was not a sudden illness. It was a result of years of building arteriosclerotic disease. It was a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. Yes. And there would be a medical record about that. However, you're also thinking about something, you're not thinking about something that we have just discovered and confirmed not too long ago. I mean, Lindsey Graham did get the shot in December of 2020, didn't he? Let me see. Let's see. Yes, Lindsey Graham received the COVID-19 vaccine in late December of 2020. The South Carolina Center publicly documented his vaccination at the time and later credited the shot with preventing severe illness as he tested positive for the breakthrough COVID-19 as of August of 2021. We have nothing about how many boosters he's taken, but even that one was enough. What was it, 13%? With just one? And it exponentially went up with every other booster you took, that you would have some kind of cardiovascular problem, whether it be, you know, the inflammation of the heart. What was that one? I forget what it is exactly called. Everything that I was calling out, like the inner linings of your body are just kind of like eaten away by your own immune cells, antiphospholipid syndrome, things like that. There is that possibility. But supposedly the man was an alcoholic. You know, he didn't take care of himself. He's a single fucking man. I mean, look how single men live. Let's take a look at you there, Rick. You were found passed out on the floor not too long ago, brother. I'm glad you're still here, but you see what I'm saying. The first medical record of an aortic dissection is called a death certificate. You can't detect them beforehand, and they can't stop once they happen. Right. As soon as it's like within minutes, you are gone. But there are certain things, and I have mentioned them before, you know, like a foxglove. Yeah, that's a plant. Oleander. That's a plant. You can You can concentrate that. I mean, Foxglove was the reason why if they think Foxglove is the reason why Van Gogh was painting the way he was, because the yellow that he was painting with had foxglove mixed into it. It was a part of the dye. So this motherfucker was poisoning himself every time he painted, and that's what came out. But no. Of course, you got like arsenic, cyanide, things like that could actually do the same thing. It'll cause, especially in like weak areas anyway. I was in bed, not the floor, and that was a bacterial infection. Oh, I'm sorry. Your bed. But yeah. I'm actually going to say, honestly, straight up, I believe it's natural causes. I believe this one is. It's just very coincidental, and everybody's just eating up that time frame, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it really is. Because, come on. Occam's razor. He didn't take care of himself. Single man. There ain't nothing he was living for. Hell, he was a drunkard. Apparently. That's all I've, gotten from people. Is, yeah, he did like to drink a lot. You know full well that, if it's a history thing, didn't his dad have problems with his heart too, though? Wait a minute. Did his father have heart problems? Yes, Lindsey Graham's father had significant heart problems. Father Florence James died of massive heart attack in his sleep at the age of 69 or 70. Come on. Come the hell on. This is my argument. Look. Genetically, I take after my father's side of the family more than my mother's side. My father's side of the family, for the last 5 generations, not a single man in our family has lived past the age of 72. I'm 40. I'm over halfway done, motherfuckers. You're telling me his dad died at roughly around the same age? I mean, he lived 2 years longer than his dad did before he died. Pretty much the same thing. My wife is flashing me. But yeah, it's more than likely, it's probably a genetic thing. The family of history of heart disease, cardiovascular issues is well known to the senator. He previously quipped about his genetic term limit, acknowledging the hereditary nature of his risk. Like me. I mean, we just figured out that on my mom's side of the family, 40% of, this was 6-7 years ago. One of my cousins had died from an aneurysm. And on my mom's side of the family, there's like 40% chance that all of the males in my side of the family have aneurysms. So yeah, I'm a ticking vascular time bomb too. I understand. But yeah, it's medical analysis and reports following his death on July 11th, 2026, highlighted his father's early death from a heart attack was significant risk factor for Graham's own failed aortic dissection, which was caused by underlying arteriosclerotic, arteriosclerotic. I get it. I know it. But yeah, this is weird ass timing. I'm not gonna lie, but he said we got this one right here. That moment when U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham said the Russians are dying is the best money we've ever spent, which was mentioned before.
Free or die. Free or die. Now you are free.
Yes.
And we will be.
And the Russians are dying. It's the best money we've ever spent.
Thank you so much.
No, it's
free or die.
I mean, that's not the best money we've ever spent. It's definitely not the best money we've ever spent, but okay. Howdy. What up, Neuro? How you doing, brother? But yeah. What started this whole thing is this dude was Sprazo, right? Nothing would ever... Nothing gave him the clue of any kind of real health condition, except the fact that he would be red and splotchy. Sometimes red splotches on him, things like that. This was him in Kyiv.
We've reached agreement with the White House on a version of the Russian sanctions bill that they will support. It means it's going to become law. So when I get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal to the Republican and Democratic leader to see if we can find time to move this Russian sanctions package that would give tools to President Trump to help end this war. There's some things we can do on the technology front to build on the lethality of Ukraine to protect itself from ballistic missile attack. If we did that, combined with creating tools to punish.
You have said that way too many fucking times. Huh? What was that a little bit of a lag because something was breaking?
Punish those countries that prop up Putin, that make money off this war, then I think we've got the best chance since I've been coming here in the last 5 years to get Putin to the peace table. We've reached agreement with the White House.
Give me a second. I want to find something. In the Arctic. All right, we also got this comes from Alex Jones. This comes from Alex Jones. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing here. Now, the dude's been crazy. He said some wild shit. I'm going to be honest. I think he's gone off the deep end a little bit with it. But I think this one could be a swing and a miss.
That timeline is too wild to ignore. Number one, Graham meets Zelenskyy and tours a hidden drone manufacturing facility in Kiev. Hours later, the Russian Ministry of Defense launches a devastating missile attack, completely obliterating that exact factory. 3, simultaneously, Russian precision missiles a bit later leveled a high-profile hotel in Kiev packed with top NATO commanders where Graham was reportedly staying. 4, Graham instantly dies suddenly right after returning home. He wanted to bring hellish sanctions, close quote, to Russia, but looks like he went straight to hell. The Russians right. Did a Russian strike catch him in the drone factory or NATO hotel, or did someone in Washington send him there knowing the missiles were coming? And you got to be clear, they hit the factory hours after he was reportedly in it, but at the same time hit the hotel. So this is serious, folks.
I mean, it kind of is, but I think that would be more in the retaliation kind of end. At just saying, oh, he was there. All right, fine. I'm gonna fuck up everything that was there. What do you mean? There's a factory? No, there isn't. There's a hotel everybody was staying. No, there isn't. Get rid of it. They're not there anymore. Fuck it. Let's send a message. I don't want that motherfucker anywhere close to my border again. He's called for my death. He said killing Russians was the best money America has ever spent. I don't want him anywhere near my fucking border. Let's send that message. I would have done it. If I were Vladimir Putin, that would have been what I would have said. Yes. They're gone. Every bit of them. There's no harm, right? Cool. Flatten it. Every bit of it. Everywhere he visited, I want erased off the map. Yeah, I would have fucking done it. That would have been a message to send, right? You just didn't think the motherfucker would die. All right, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this live global transmission. It is 4:06 Central Standard Time, 5:06 Eastern, 3:06 Mountain, 2:06 Pacific. Everything lines up that Lindsey Graham was killed yesterday in Ukraine. He was there. They blow up the hotel he was reportedly with NATO staying at. It appears right after, we know they blew it up right after, a few hours after he left a secret drone
Hold on.
factory, and then he began to post and tweet videos and photos of himself at it.
Okay. Check this out, guys. Check this the fuck out, right? They know he left the factory. So that means he was bombed in the factory. Oh no, it was at the hotel. Yeah, it's not like he left the factory, got on a fucking plane, came right back, right? This is verifiably God. Oh my God, this can be verified easily. Did he leave Ukraine? Yeah. Apparently 100%. Was he alive? I don't know. Ask the people that were around. Those random motherfuckers that saw him get on a plane. Was he alive? I mean, this would be easy to figure out, right?
And then the Russians blow it up with hundreds of missiles that came in, that and other targets, and then hit the hotel.
Yeah, Alex, again. Yes. If you were calling for my death and then wound up right outside my front door looking at weapons capabilities and what you could do to me, and you visited other fucking places that were making those weapons, you leave? Yeah, you're damn right. I'm going after those places that you visited. I'm going to send a message. Don't you ever come back near my border again. You've called for my death publicly? You are a threat to me. Again, they just didn't think the fucker would die. They sent a message. And then the message, the receiver of that message dies. Suddenly. Because, his aorta split.
This comes after the Russians threatened more Kiev strikes back in May.
I have a black helicopter for sale.
And told all U.S. diplomats and personnel, get out of the major
What up,
cities.
other yellow?
Do not go into any government buildings or hotels. We are going to start killing everyone in them. Russia threatens more Kiev airstrikes and tells foreign nationals to leave, particularly warning U.S. diplomatic corps to leave.
Anyway, he goes on a little bit further and keeps pushing for 15 minutes. I think this dude's... Look, I hate to say it, but these big people that everybody's following, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, Candace Owens, what's the one thing they got in common as to why they are just like flipping 100% now? Aren't they all on their own? Don't they have to drum up their own income at this point? Nobody else is paying them high money to do this. They got to figure out how to make that high money back. And yeah, I mean, if you get let go from something like that, especially being a big name, a big influencer type deal, I mean, what are you going to do? People will follow you. We get it. But then you go crazy and insane and everybody starts talking about you and then you get a lot of views coming into your place. Because that's what happens in this space. Everybody just makes up buzz because, hey, the more people talk about you, the more people will actually, the stupid will flock to you, and the intelligent actually hate you. So they're going to talk about you even more and more and more. Lowest common denominator here. You just make up shit. Anyway, We got new photos obtained by the TMZ show Lindsey Graham being loaded into the ambulance. I'll just save that for a second. Breaking President Trump. This comes from Eric Daugherty. Breaking President Trump announces the Democrats plan to shut down the federal government before the midterms if the Republicans do not nuke the filibuster. I will say this. I will say this shit, okay? The reason why I'm going to tell you Russia had nothing to do with it, because of the ice melting, there's new shipping lanes opening up in the Arctic. That's why Orange Man wants Greenland. Or Russia would be on the other side of that. Russia would be able to control a massive shipping lane that would open up that could potentially move goods up about a good 3-4 weeks. I mean, China's building up their icebreakers. We're building up our icebreakers. Russia's doing the same thing because everybody knows this is actually happening. All right, now check this out. The only 3 countries, well, yeah, there was only 3 countries that that profited from the shutdown of the Strait of Hormuz. That was us. That was Saudi Arabia. And it was Russia. Russia profited from the strait being shut down. Vladimir Putin and Trump, I wouldn't call them buddies, but they do have at least business respect for each other. You want to call them buddies, that's fine. Do whatever the hell you want to do, but it is what it is. There's enough of that respect for them to understand, hey, look, I'm going to do this. This is going to benefit me. This is going to benefit the oil companies, the just the control, OPEC, what they are now. And coincidentally, it's gonna improve you, or it's gonna boost you too, because you'll be able to supply your surrounding countries, everybody you're cool with. You'll be able to give them oil. Now this new trade route's opening up. You think if they're playing okay enough with each other, if they have this trade route capability, wouldn't it be in their best interest to at least try to play ball with the U.S.? I mean, that makes sense, right? Now, striking a U.S. senator, killing him with missile strikes. Wouldn't that be a declaration of war? Wouldn't that fuck up your entire plans? Let's not look. Russia's not like an invincible fucking army. They are hurting because of this Ukraine shit. They've been having to defend against our weapons, against NATO weapons. All right? Let's not play games. They went through their entire fucking, their backlog of shit. They went through that quick as fuck. This fight it's a war of attrition between them both. Russia is hurting because of this, but I don't think Russia would be all out for war because of Lindsey Graham. I just realized my green screen's a little bit too much, and I got some holy shit right here. But anyway, Russia isn't that stupid. Iran maybe, but not Russia. Iran. Okay, another thing is why the KGB did use poison as a weapon. But Putin's too proud of a fucking man. No, no, he's too proud of a fucking man. If you publicly called for his assassination and he assassinates you, it damn sure ain't going to be by poison, and he's damn sure going to let everybody know he did it. You think he's just going to silently kill somebody and not let them know? That doesn't sound like Putin at all. And coincidentally, it doesn't even sound like Iran either. Come on, these guys are brutal. If they want everybody to fear them, they'll do these things in public. You think Iran's just going to silently kill somebody and then say they did it? No, they're just going to take credit to think, oh, we're still here. We're gonna scare people because they're too stupid to know that we've got nothing anymore. I mean, we're already going after them. We're targeting them yet again. No, it doesn't make sense for Iran, and it damn sure doesn't make sense for Russia. I think what you saw with the missiles is him just sending a message. Don't you ever bring that motherfucker back near my borders again. And he was sending that message to Ukraine. Don't put that motherfucker back near my borders again, or we could go scorched earth. Message sent until the motherfucker actually died, and then it's just like, oh shit. You know, that did kind of look bad, right? Here, but here at the ER, mother may have broken her wrist. Everybody's fallen. Hope she's okay, brother. That's from Jonah over there. But yeah, I don't think it would be Russia as far as that goes. Like, Vladimir is a proud fucking man. He's not going to just silently kill somebody and just take no responsibility for it. No. Especially somebody that called for his assassination out in public. Iran wouldn't do it because it would be more brutal. It's not like no, Iran's not going to sneak around in the fucking night and just poison somebody. Like, no. It makes as much sense for those kinds of things to be like, Lindsey Graham goes over there, talks a big fucking game in front of the cameras, but in privately, he looks at Vladimir Zelenskyy and says, you know what? Look, the Save America Act's going to pass. Eventually, we're going to get a lot of people into our government here that's not backing you in any way. They don't like what's going on here. So your red carpet ride is over. The money is drying up. Find somewhere to fucking go. And because Zelensky's getting cut off, he gets all pissy and he poisons Lindsey Graham. That makes just as much sense. However, I do see Zelenskyy being the little snake that would do that. I don't see Putin doing it, and it would be brutal as fuck if it were Iran. So that just leaves a woman, because if it was poison, poison is usually a woman's weapon. Or somebody he knew. Who would be able to get close enough to actually put something into a drink or into some food or something like that. And see, this is why I'm leaning towards natural causes. But seriously, it's more than likely this is going to be natural causes. I mean, apparently the dude does have a history of heart disease, a genetic fucking link to it, and then all of a sudden this happens out of nowhere, and everybody's like, oh, somebody else killed him. No, the motherfucker hit his expire limit, like I'm going to. I'm going to have that aneurysm, and it's going to be because of this shit. I mean, it literally is. But I do want to say this, though. Laura Loomer, who was actually in that video, that little Lego animation video about killing, oh, you guys didn't see that on this channel. That was on Select. Okay, hold on. That was on Slick Flicks. We showed that one. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Iran came up with this shit. Like I said, they're just claiming ownership of everything. This shit is loud as fuck. Is the rumors true? Putin and Z are silently ill also? Probably. You mean to tell me that you don't think a former fucking KGB agent that's a prolific person and everybody does hate his ass isn't, it doesn't have somebody that would kind of fuck with him a little bit that in older age kind of would cause a problem? I mean, we're talking about Xi Jinping here too. Same situation. I mean, they are getting old. Look, you got one motherfucker that looks like goddamn Winnie the Pooh. You think he takes care of himself? You got another man who's literally he's of dying age at this point. He is coming up into the age of like a Russian age of life, end of life. Yeah, so yeah, he is their leader. Oh, he's going to be taken real good care of. What about his past? Did his past take real good care of him? Probably fucking not. So yeah, he's probably sick as well. But yeah, Iran's trying to take ownership of this shit too. Like, I believe we have more capability to get to our fucking senators than Iran does. I mean, Jesus Christ, didn't we have protesters outside of Supreme Court justices' houses? And so if we can do that, we can get to these motherfuckers. More so than Iran. Come on. Are we thinking this through, America? Holy shit. And yeah, they were actually Laura in this, was supposed to be Laura Loomer because she's been going hard against Iran and she was with Trump too. But yeah, she's chiming in again. Alexander Dugin, one of Putin's advisors, recently called for Senator Lindsey Graham to be killed. Yeah, Lindsey had spent his whole career defending mass warrantless surveillance on Americans. Now that he is their surveillance target, he's enraged. This was talking about when the FISA warrants. And Alexander Dugin said, better to kill this guy. He is the problem for Trump. The world would be better without him. Did Russia just poison Lindsey Graham? No. No. All right. What was that other one? Oh, yeah. This was part of the Iran shit. Just in President Trump announces if he's assassinated by Iran, he's left instructions to bomb them at levels never before seen. And this was kind of bouncing off the Iran thing, but I went through the Iran thing real quick.
You know what a race car driver is? 1/10 of 1%. A bull rider, that looks pretty dangerous. I mean, it's 1/10 of 1%. No, it's 5.2% is you don't make it. You should have told me. You're an excellent reporter. You should have told me that years ago. Maybe I wouldn't have run. It's a very dangerous profession. No, I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I don't really care because I'm doing my job and I'm doing it, I hope, better than anybody's ever done it because we have a country that's hot and really, really successful. But I mention it only because it's on the list. I mean, it came out. There was another list came out yesterday, and I'm number one on. I like being number one on TikTok better, but I'm number one on the list for killing. You know what a race car driver?
Let's see, where was that list at? Yeah, right here. Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, Mohammed bin Zayed, Mashal al-Ahmad, Ahmad bin Azab, whatever, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, John Ratcliffe, Lyle Zamir, Michael Corella, Dan Kane, Israel Katz, and Lindsey Graham. You actually think they're going to be able to do... You think they have this capability? Come on. Come on, these motherfuckers have been brutal fucking savages. You think they're going to play the stealthy role now? You think they're just going to upend every bit of war tactics they've ever fucking done? How does that make any goddamn sense? If these motherfuckers were digging up pipes in the ground to shoot rockets at Israel, and you're going to sit there and tell me they got to Lindsey Graham. Just shut the fuck up. And of course, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham is dead at 71, days after Iran threatened to kill him. Look, Miriam Adelson, Ben Shapiro. Oh. Yeah, the people that helped Israel defend themselves from the rockets and shit. Yeah, man. Hey, come on. Yeah, come on. I was okay with the defense of Israel. I'm not being I'm not okay with being on the offense. But I don't want to be. I'd be okay with being on the defense if they're in the right. I got no problem with that. Why? Well, it's our only fucking entrance into any Middle Eastern affairs. We prototype everything on their front fucking lines because they've always been at war. Everything that we do that helps them survive is in our best interest on the eastern front of the entire globe. However, I don't want it to be at expense of Israel expanding their borders off our dime. No, you go fuck yourself with that. But number one against Iran. Iran so far away, just ran, bomb it all day. But ex-CIA Larry Johnson, Lindsey Graham could not have died at home Saturday evening. The Ukraine trip plus the return journey makes 8:30 p.m. arrival impossible. Pentagon insiders know the truth. He died in Kyiv.
Get through on the timeline.
I'm going to get through this story and then we'll cut.
He arrives normally in Kyiv because, that's how they do it. In fact, the United States pre-coordinates with Russia so they don't attack the trains. And Russia in the past has not attacked those trains. So he arrives in Kyiv. He meets with Zelenskyy. At some point, there's video footage of him going through this drone factory, and he's holding up one of the drones, smiling, because it's sort of shaped like a dildo. So that he may have had some other thoughts going through his mind with respect to the drone. But let's say, for whatever reason, it was urgent, so that he had to get back. Unless you're being medically evacuated, they're not going to bring in a military aircraft to haul you out of there on a normal visit.
It was dun jet lag.
It was either he went the normal route on the train back to Poland, which is at least a 10-hour ride, maybe a little longer. Then you catch a plane, and the plane coming back to the United States is at least 10 hours. Bigger headwinds could make it 11. So that's the normal route. And I'm saying if he just did a normal, this quick in and out, he still got home after the time that he supposedly died at home. So it's sort of tough to die at home when you're not at home.
So going from the factory straight to the train to get on the plane to go home. Yeah, as he's home, while he's back there going to his house, he's calling people, saying hi. He's back in the States doing all this shit. And then he gets home. And his heart says, fuck you. But no, you can't do that. You can't do that because this dude says it's impossible because of the time frame. I'm sorry, you stupid son of a bitch. There is a senator on a train, on a plane, on a bus, on a car, on a bicycle. You don't think the traffic's going to move? They're going to move a little bit quicker. They're going to get through that time frame and get him in and out as quickly as possible like they would anybody else? You stupid son of a bitch. I've seen it even in my fucking town. That they will shut down the damn interstate if anybody comes through here. What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. That this retarded nature of every single one of you motherfucker. Oh, no. You actually got to realistically think about it. How long does it take you to get through the airport normally? Don't you got to wait 2 or 3 hours before you can even go up to the gate, and then you got to wait for the gate to open up, which is usually 30 minutes late? Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the ever-living fuck up. I just hate this shit. I really fucking do, because people have gone insane. But yeah, let's get to this one. This is, hey, they're threatening to shut this shit down again, apparently.
And told me a couple of things.
Yes, because Guam is sinking.
On fighting for the Save America Act. And I'm not sure if he was at the beginning, but he really became the primary advocate for it. And I think he would have felt the same way about terminating the filibuster, which was so important. I mean, it's so important. The Republicans have to do it. It's so insane. Otherwise, we're going to have a shutdown in September, and we have a debt ceiling problem coming in 2 years. And if you terminate the filibuster, everything goes away. And we do anything we want. We pass everything we want, and the Democrats are going to do it. And he started to see that because he was against, because everyone's sort of against. Not everybody. 20% were against. He was one, and now he was starting to say, terminate the filibuster. Otherwise, we're going to have, these continued ridiculous, crazy, Trump deranged. They're Trump deranged. These people
exactly, Jonah. He has
a very
no
fine
idea.
disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, and he was seeing that. And
Mr. President.
That also would kind of take it back. Okay, so if the dude was going to flip and actually, yeah, we need to kind of get this done here, and starting to talk to people, trying to get them, and hey, look, let's nuke the filibuster because we got to do this. That would lend more credence to somebody here at home doing something than it would fucking Russia or Iran or even Ukraine. Like, let's be honest. This shit is just 100% fucking natural, and everybody's freaking the fuck out. Let's see. Doing it, guys. Doing it. Oh yeah. In other news, Lindsey Graham. This comes from Omar Suleiman, Imam Muslim for her lover of born and raised in president of Yaqeen Institute. I just saw this one here. In other news, Lindsey Graham is dead. I am with Israel. Do whatever the hell you have to do. Level the place. Do it in Gaza where we did in Tokyo and Berlin. I know it sounds bad. I know it sounds bad. But even Trump said they're unreasonable. There ain't shit you can do with these motherfuckers. I mean, if they want to go out kicking and screaming to the very last man, who am I to stand in their way? Anyway, bye, Lindsay. May you live in eternity in ruins for the ruins you helped to create in Gaza. Nah. I mean October 7th. You go fuck yourself. Okay. Let's see. This is in DC Drano here. In all likelihood, Lindsey Graham died of natural causes for a man over 70. His heart attack happened a lot. Heart attacks happened a lot. whatever, I can't read his thing here. But he just got back from a Ukrainian drone factory talking about new Russian sanctions. He wanted as much war as possible in Iran, and he told Trump voter ID was ready to pass yesterday. But this man had no shortage of enemies, foreign and domestic, plus he was a big fan of the COVID vaccine. His death should be fully investigated. It should be. And I guarantee you what you're going to find is probably another fucking vaccine injury. I mean, the dude already had problems with his health. It's a fucking genetic thing for him. Apparently, he knows that. He took the fucking vaccine. I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. But it's genetic, motherfucker. He lived 2 years longer than his dad did. I mean, his dad died at what, 69? Okay, 3 years. His dad was like 68, 69. He died at 71. At 2 to 3 years? Yeah, come on. It's the same shit. And of course, I want to hit this one real quick before we go to the Rumble side, which I got a little bit more from. We're going to go a little bit longer here. I got to bring this up for Liberal Hive Mind here. I got a retort to make.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And here's the meme of the day, brought to you by 5mind.com. Well, once again, the truly hateful, violent character archetype of your typical leftist is exposed. Of course, the leftoids always make the argument that it's just a bunch of fringe, cringe weirdos. Really, on the absolute fringes of the party, it doesn't represent the whole. Well, you know, that's cool and all, but once again, even the supposed good ones on the left can't seem to overcome the violent tribal instincts that now seem to define the entire side. A lot of people have been pretending, suggesting there's a reasonable faction within the left wing. People who are above all the bloodlust and the death wishes, the open celebrations of...
There actually are. I mean, come on, you can't... That can't be a thing. There actually are. There are left-leaning people that will say outright, yeah, that was too much for everybody, for Charlie Kirk. That was too much for everybody else. But
violence against their political opponents. We're not like
what up,
them.
Tony Hay, member for 13 months?
Such.
Damn, that's quite
time
a while.
And time again,
It is.
The mask slips. And at this point, it's becoming undeniable that this is who they are at their core. The side of murder.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 40 months that I've been a member at Rob's channel. 40 months, all right?
Murder and violence wrapped in all these fake grandstanding notions of virtue and compassion and morality. I think Elon Musk got it right when he said this.
And then you see how much violence there's on the left, with our friend Charlie Kirk getting murdered in cold blood this week, and people on the left celebrating it openly. The left is the party of murder.
This guy right here, he hears the crowd in the background. He wants to turn around so badly. You can see it. He's just like, what's going on? What is it?
And celebrating murder. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. That's who we're dealing with here.
And while the ball's in their court to prove him wrong, yet time and time again, like I just said, they end up proving him right, with Anna Kasparian being the latest example. One of the biggest faces at the TYT network who's been branding herself as one of the good, more moderate leftists, with a proper moral compass, while she just got exposed as a complete duplicitous, lying rat. Let me show you guys exactly what happened here and why I think it's so important and really emblematic of something much larger. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape.
And that one, to be fair, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham has been a hated figure on both the left and the right, just like Mitch McConnell.
All right, folks, so of course, you know, Anna Kasparian's gotten a whole lot of credit, and I got to admit, even I've given her some credit, of course, limited credit. I've always maintained to take all of it with a grain of salt, just like I do with Bill Maher, until they actually cross the line. But as we know, from really 2020 to 2024, she positioned herself as the moral voice, one of the few people on the left resisting the push towards extremism. That whole grift fell apart today following the news of Lindsey Graham's untimely passing. Out of nowhere, Lindsey Graham gets sick and almost instantly passes, like a moment of sudden death.
It wasn't, He got sick. Dude, his heart said fuck him. Like, just straight up.
The political world stunned by the sudden death of
And it's
Republican
genetic.
Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. Graham died on Saturday just after returning from a visit to Ukraine. Citing preliminary findings from the Washington, D.C. Medical Examiner's Office, Graham's communications director released a statement saying he died following complications from cardiovascular disease.
And then in comes Anna Kasparian, who before Lindsey Graham's body even went cold, took to social media and said, "Good riddance." An absolutely disgusting response, but what is most disgusting is, again, how this now flies in the face of her supposed rebranding as not an extreme leftist like the rest of them. And here's where she gets in real trouble. People dug up an old post. Let's actually put both of them together so you could see the juxtaposition. Back in 2020, in response to people gloating over some sort of tragedy, I guess someone losing their life, don't know the exact context, but she made this statement: "What kind of monster thinks gloating about dead people is ever okay? I guess apologists for ethnic cleansing." That was the stance then, right? But now as Lindsey Graham dies, she hits us with a good riddance. Just pure, disgusting tribal venom. And of course...
Wait a minute. Let's go back. November 1st of 2020. What kind of monster thinks gloating about dead people is ever okay? I guess apologists for ethnic cleansing. Didn't Lindsey Graham say killing Russians was the best money we ever spent? I mean, wasn't he gloating about the dead people for Russia? I mean, it rings. It rings with Anna. And I'm going to be just straight up honest with you. Hold on. On the left and the right, nobody liked Lindsey Graham. We all thought he was a warmonger. We all knew he was incredibly dangerous as senator. We all didn't like the man because all he wanted was war. He wanted to kill. This is on brand. To say good riddance, it's not like she's dancing. Yeah, she goes on to say, "I'm elated that he's dead, overjoyed, just like he was elated at seeing countless dead children throughout the Middle East." What about the countless dead children in Ukraine and Russia? It's on fucking point. Good riddance to a warmonger. Good riddance to somebody who just wanted people to die for money. And we're supposed to just be like, this is a bad thing? Like, people don't give a fuck about his death? I mean, let's be honest. Okay, yeah. We all saw it. We all looked at it, and every single one of us had the same reaction. Wow, I wonder how that's going to fuck everything up. I mean, that was it. Nobody was like shocked and overwhelmed and, oh my God, Lindsey Graham is... No, nobody did that. It's on brand. It's on point. And left and right, nobody cares, really. You're just wondering how it's going to fuck up everything else. It's a good riddance. Yeah, you're right. Good riddance. Good riddance to somebody who wants to use my taxpayer dollars to go kill people overseas and have our fucking military go die overseas just because he wants more money in his pocket because he's backing the military-industrial complex. Yeah, good riddance. What the hell? Can you not say that? But no. We got to jump on everybody for everything like that. I could understand if she said that about Charlie Kirk. I could understand that if she said that about... Who else has died here recently? I could understand if she's saying that about people who didn't deserve it. But those that do, would you be outraged if this were Vladimir Putin she was talking about? No? Why? What about Zelenskyy? No? Why? Bibi Netanyahu? Huh? But because it's Lindsey Graham, you got a problem because it's left versus right mentality? Yet what you guys still don't fucking understand yet is the left and the right are actually pissed about the same things. And now they are still blaming each other for it, just like this shit. You are pissed about the same fucking things yet. And you still have yet to understand this outrage, this fake bullshit. It's just trying to go after somebody in your field, this lateral fucking shots across the bow. What the fuck, man? Seriously. What the fuck? Now, I'm not sitting here defending Anna in any way. I'd do this if it were Emma fucking Vigeland. I'd do this if it were fucking Sam Cedar. I'd do this if it were fucking Hassan goddamned Piker. Nobody gave a fuck. Hey, good riddance. That's one less vote of my taxpayer dollars being used to make weapons to go kill people overseas, and simply so he can make some more money. Nah, she's right on this one.
Hits us with a good riddance. Just pure, disgusting tribal venom. And of course, I know people are going to attempt to justify this, as if somehow in the context of Lindsey Graham's passing, you could possibly justify a response like this. And you know what? I'm not going to pretend that this is black and white, that gloating or celebrating the death of an individual is never justified. I mean, for instance, if Tyler Robinson is going to get the death penalty, I would say good riddance. In some very particular cases, sure, you could justify it, but to
Okay, so the person that kills Charlie Kirk, you would say good riddance to, but the person that kills millions of people over fucking seas, how that goes too far? Explain that to me. Oh, wait. It doesn't affect you, though, does it? Because they die overseas, it doesn't affect you. Well, yeah, it does, because that's your taxpayer dollars that are building those weapons that we fire to kill people overseas. Oh, you don't care about that, because that's in the defense of our democracy. That's to secure our republic, right? How do you explain the last, I don't know, 30 fucking years then? Was that in the defense of our republic? As we go trotting around bombing other fucking countries for seemingly no fucking reason? Yeah, that was Lindsey Graham. He helped in that. So I'm supposed to give a fuck? I'm supposed to be a bleeding heart motherfucker now that somebody that's taking my taxpayer dollars to kill people, millions of people overseas, let's just be honest, he's got a fucking higher body count than Tyler fucking Robinson. But it doesn't affect you because you're here. Charlie Kirk affected you because you're here. Huh?
suggest that Lindsey Graham was one of those people? I mean, you have to be out of your damn
I got nothing
mind.
good to say about him either,
Lindsey
Tony.
Graham was a war hawk. I didn't agree with him on a lot of things. I thought some of the stuff that he said, the way he would downplay loss of life in the context of military conflict, a lot of it didn't.
I want y'all to understand. I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let him go until you... No. Just let... Hold on.
Sit right with me. And even as a politician outside of the issues of foreign policy, I thought he was a pretty manipulative person, but to suggest like he's some sort of a war criminal or mass murdering tyrant who deserved what he got? No frickin' way. He was simply a public office holder who had different opinions on foreign policy than people and wasn't exactly the most ideologically consistent. If that now meets
The only thing he was ever ideologically consistent on was war with other countries. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? You can't fucking... The dude has voted fucking war, continuing war, to do everything he can to launch other fucking bombs at other countries his entire goddamn run. Oh. It only matters when it's the president or leader of that country then, right? It doesn't matter if the Parliament of UK decided to launch a nuke at Iran. No, that doesn't matter. It would matter if the fucking monarch did it, right? The king. What the fuck retard shit is this? I mean, seriously. Now, Lindsey Graham has been the bane of our existence in warfare for a long time. Now we're going to have somebody that can take office that may not have a hard-on every time a bomb has the ability to drop. And somehow this is a bad thing, America. But what the fuck, man? This is a swing and a miss.
Standard of good riddance when you die, well then, honestly, that probably applies to the majority of Washington, the majority of voters and people. It's an absolute absurdity. And what I really think it does is, again, expose the culture of the left. Talk about division. They lectured us on the concept for over 10 years. They're still doing it. How Donald Trump created all this division, the most divisive president of all time, hateful and bigoted. Well, once again, the true bigotry, the true division comes from the left. These people who view policy disagreement as either a justification to dance on your grave, to celebrate your death, or in the worst cases, to justify and celebrate your murder. This appears to be the default setting of the modern left. We've seen.
You have that, yes. But this ain't it. This ain't it. You can find the same thing on the right, brother. But this ain't it.
It on countless occasions. Probably one of the most egregious, I mean, not in the sense that it was the most egregious particular case of someone losing their life, but just kind of highlighting how deranged and frankly psychotic some of these people on the left have become within this particular context. I mean, remember when Donald Trump's brother died? What the hell did his older brother have to do with the political divide? And yet the left at large celebrated his death. They celebrated when Rush Limbaugh died. Again, just a radio host who had different opinions than them. They celebrated the Charlie Kirk assassination. Like, what?
Yeah, and the difference between this is the right is saying, hey, who fucking cares? Literally, the right saying it'd be like, hey, okay, that's one step closer to no more new wars. We ain't got somebody fucking in the Senate sitting here with a hard on ready to fucking vote every time for a bomb to drop. Fuck, man. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Like, I'm just, look, I was like, nah, this ain't it. No one like Graham and both left and right are actually glad he's not a senator anymore. But yeah. So let's go to the Rumble side, because I got some other things I need to address here, because I will admit, I will have to take it back to liberal hive mind. It is going to be a little bit contradictory. But I want to show you guys how, I mean, if you've been with us for a while, you know how I've just been that angry asshole that everybody likes to talk, well, not everybody likes to talk about, but people did talk about how I'm such a bad actor. I'm just going to ruin everybody's image. I was just ahead of the curve. I'm going to show you that, but we're going to go to the other side, ladies and gentlemen. You got the link in the chat. See you in 3 minutes.
Hey, it's me, Davey. You know, the simple one. Here at Off Label Podcast, we're all about doing things the off-label way. But without you, we're just two idiots who talk to each other on the internet. So please, if you could, hit that like button, repost, and give us a follow. And if you're feeling frisky enough, throw a comment. We now return you to our regularly scheduled bullshit.
Isn't that hard?
I mean, it's not.
So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess. What's happening next?
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they
tear the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes